In organic chemistry, there is a concept called geometric isomerism. Essentially, it's when a molecule can be one shape or the other, but the essential connections are the same. So, for example, if two things are going in the same direction, that's called cis, and if we flip it like this, that's called trans. And these are known as geometrical isomers. They're similar because they're connected the same, but they have a different geometry because one's pointed both up and the other's pointed one up and one down. Now there's a rule in organic that in order to have this geometric isomerism, this cis and this trans, that you must be able to have both. So if all you could have was going to be trans, and there was no possibility of being cis, which would be this, same direction, then there would be no trans. In other words, trans and cis are coupled together, and you can't have one without the potential for the other. So a baby doesn't have the potential to be a theist. So under that definition of the notion of atheist, a baby is not an atheist. However, if you wish to extend the definition to atheists into anything that doesn't believe in God, for example, this cup is an atheist, you may do so. Now, I'm not saying babies are cups or nigger means human. I'm simply saying there comes a time in a person's life where they're able to make that decision. And so it's up to us how we choose our terms, the language. And certainly if you're attempting to make an argument, you might wish to choose a definition for a word. And words have multiple definitions that would maximize the potential of your argument, such as setting up a chessboard with a non-standard configuration of the pieces so that you'd have an advantage. And largely, I think this is what's going on. I mean, you first come up with the argument and you work backwards through the language to come up with a definition. Now, I think it makes a lot more sense to exclude the option of babies being called atheists and saying that the rule, the idea behind the word should be that anything, a person, or maybe a computer or sentient being, it certainly should be limited to that and not stones, can be an atheist if they have the potential, that possibility of also being a theist. Otherwise, you end up with a term that is limited in utility and leads to funny kind of results. Not that there's anything technically, rationally wrong with it, it's just not a very practical way to use a tool, the tool being language. So there you go. That's your lesson in organic chemistry. Take care.